But how it's defined is that we load in a bunch of JavaScript files. This previous version is ES6 classes, but it depends on jQuery and jQuery easing and transit to do the animation stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of that with CSS transformation and the stuff that's baked into React. So we don't really need all the stuff right now. There is highlight.js for highlighting code blocks and font.spy for loading custom fonts, which you can see down here. But the But the important stuff here is that we create a new reflow instance, and forget about all this other nonsense here. We create page instances for each page, for like each slide in our presentation. So it requires HTML files, and these will be loaded in with Ajax. With Twitter. I'm getting so distracted by Twitter. Okay, it loads these HTML files, and every time it's got to show a page, and this creates a hash, like a route to match against this page, so that if the URL changes, this page gets loaded. It also means we can say something like reflow go to page cover, and it will find this page and load it and change the URL. So that's pretty cool. And we define all these kinds of pages. There are times when we can load custom CSS in JavaScript, which is useful. So if slides need to do something interesting, like play a video file and do certain interesting things with it in HTML5, or have an interactive console, or have a JavaScript game built into a presentation, we can do that kind of stuff if we allow custom JavaScript and CSS. And then here's some like gesture-based stuff, and then the keyboard navigation. I've actually added stuff in here before to allow it to do. What was it for? It was to allow. That's right. It was to allow the clicker left and right, because I've got like a presentation clicker. So I added more stuff in here to do that. But the basics of this file are creating a new reflow instance and giving like a bunch of different pages. And these, as we transition into React, will become components. They won't just become classes and instances of that. I mean, they will behind the scenes, but they'll look like React components. So, what do we want to do for that kind of thing? I was thinking an interesting way to begin would be to make the reflow component. So to say something like import React yeah, Stig's saying looks like his connection's not great. It might also be the stream, shamefully. But anyway, what is that chat window? Chat window. Okay, so import React from React, and that will pull in. That will pull React in from the DOM, and so we can define something like class reflow is a React component, and then just to make sure that that's available outside, we can export it as the default thing. Default reflow. Okay. So now we should be able to say something like, let's see, what do we want to do here? Maybe we want to do something like have a main.js file as well. New file main.js. Let's just have a main.js file, and then I don't actually want to do that. Yeah, Stig's saying that 5 seconds of playing time takes 20 seconds to load. I know from experience watching live streams, it streams at the source quality, which might be why it's taking so long to load. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know how Twitch works, and I know even less about the process of streaming. So it's possible it's just how I've got things set up. The earlier stream turned out quite nicely, actually. If you check in the video section, I streamed earlier about doing React stuff in Silverstripe, and the playback quality of that seems fine. Like it doesn't seem out of sync or put a buffer. So it may just be that it's trying to play it at source quality. But drop frames is at 0, and the throughput seems okay, and the system usage